Yeah, so my name's Sean Silvera, and I'm a Marine Corp veteran and an entrepreneur here in the San Francisco Bay Area. Everything I learned about leadership, I learned in the Marine Corps. Like, I've been to dozens of leadership schools, weekend retreats, and you name it. But nothing has given me the skills to run my businesses like what I learned in the Marine Corps. I was a platoon sergeant in a infantry platoon during the Gulf War. I was stationed in Okinawa, and my battalion was mostly in charge of holding down the Pacific while the air war was going on in Iraq and Afghanistan. Looking back at that time in my life, it was the best job I ever had. There's nothing in this world equal to leading Marines. After the Corps, I noticed this, after I transitioned out, I noticed this huge gap, like this loss of community, this loss of brotherhood, and this loss of tribe. I was once in charge of an entire platoon and everything about logistics on it, and responsible for thousands of dollars worth of weapon systems. And I came back to this common life of like running job sites in the construction industry. So it was a huge loss. Like, I had no, there was no support group to look after me, and there was no group for me to look after. So it was a real huge transition. All my buddies back home spent the last 4 to 8 years in college, supported by their parents, and their life experience was, scholastics, and that's awesome. But we had very little in common. They didn't understand the idea of service or even sacrificing for a brother. So I currently own, work at, or I'm a part of 4 businesses in the, I forgot to put this up there. Whoops, there we go. That's me. Yeah, that's me, young guy. I currently work, or I'm a part of 4 businesses in the San Francisco Bay Area. I own 2 construction businesses. I own a yoga studio, and I'm also a partner at a microbrewery. I grew up in the Bay Area, and I've always been fairly active. In my 30s, the stress of running my businesses and the sort of onset of pain from injuries was starting to affect my body, my mind, and my soul. Also, the hidden scars from some childhood trauma that I had endured and pushed down for years was starting to work its way to the surface, and I started to self-medicate with alcohol to just kind of cool down the demons of the past. So I had symptoms like I couldn't sleep at night, I had night sweats, I had panic attacks, and I'd even get half of my body would go paralyzed for moments at a time. So really scary stuff, and all the symptoms of PTSD. I dealt with it, again, by consuming more than my fair share of alcohol, and I hid it well by being a brewer at a microbrewery. So I really found a slot that I really did well with, right? Adapt, overcome, blend in. In my 30s, things started really layering up, and my wife was always telling me, come to yoga with me. She's a longtime yogi, and she wanted me to balance out my other 2 addictions, which were mountain biking and I'm an avid hunter. At the time, nobody was really connecting the idea of yoga and meditation as a treatment for trauma. So this was all sort of a new thing, and I came into my first yoga class, and it was the most difficult thing I'd done since boot camp. But it opened up my body, and it opened up my mind, and really created this awareness of myself, my body, and what I'd been through. I started to develop a steady practice, and I eventually went to level 1 Baptiste training in Tulum, Mexico. So level 1, more of the debris of my past came to the surface, and it was an opportunity to dissolve that stuff. Somewhere along the lines, my symptoms of PTSD dissolved as well, and I totally credit that to my practice. I haven't been symptomatic in years, and it's just a product of doing the work, staying committed, and picking up a practice. Yeah, so one point apart, I started wanting to blend my two worlds of yoga and my veteran background. And so I looked out for any opportunities of people that were doing that. And I found Veterans Yoga Project and Dr. Dan Libby. I met him and he started to tell me about how the VA was starting to introduce yoga into their treatment, and they were having great results. So I went and I got trained with Veterans Yoga Project, and after a while, I looked for some opportunities to serve my veteran brothers and sisters. Yeah, so let's see, what else do we have here? I found a really unconventional opportunity inside San Quentin prison. I met a guy named James Fox at a barbecue, and he invited me into the prison to start to teach some of the inmates. And my first response was, yeah, I don't really respond to murderers and rapists. It's not my thing. I don't think it's going to work for me. And he kind of winked. He said, "Nice job, Yogi. And we have another opportunity for you. We have a veterans group inside the prison. It's called Veterans Healing Veterans from the Inside Out. I think it'd be a great opportunity for you to check it out and do some work." I met the prisoners. I started teaching them, and we bonded like really quick. And James told me that he hadn't seen anybody bond as quick to these veteran inmates like I did. And it's all the fact that we have this common thread of service. We speak the same language. We're part of the same tribe. One thing I want to share about my practice when I started. That's like the two parts of me here. Yeah. So when I started practicing, I was the only dude in the room. I used to hide my truck around the corner from the yoga studio because I didn't want to lose my man card if my buddies saw me practicing yoga. And two, I didn't want the students to know that I'm like a total hillbilly. I'm not a vegan. I don't drive a Prius. I own guns. I hunt for my own meat, and I drive a big old diesel pickup truck and listen to country music. So I was totally in the closet about my yoga practice. Yeah. The next year, I decided to go to level 2 training, Baptiste training, and it started to open me up. The personal development work I did there really made me realize what's going on and what I could do to become a better human in this world. So I came back from that and I started teaching yoga. Once I started teaching, I had to come out of the closet about my practice with my buddies. And most of them were super, super cool about it. Not that I should have cared at that moment or not, but yeah, they were. And then I started, telling my yoga community about my background. I was in the Marine Corp. And the yoga crowd is very different, like this guy. And, I told them that, yeah, I serve in the Marine Corp. Sometimes I go out in the forest and bring back fuzzy animals and put them in my cooler. And yeah, I'm different. And for the most part, everyone was very accepting. And, it was more of accepting of how I was different. It was a better connection to them. So it was really something that was awesome. I'm currently on the board of Veterans Yoga Project, and I continue to look for any opportunity to serve my veteran community. So we just had, there's that. We just had our first anniversary, as Melissa was saying, for my second studio here in San Francisco. And yeah, it's the first time that I've really gotten back into what it's like to have a community of like-minded individuals, a tribe of people that are all moving towards the same goal. And it's a place where guys don't have to hide their truck behind the building. and can come as they are to really be in a community. Last month, these are my veterans, that's my studio. Oh, we got it all pixeled out. These guys right here, that's probably how they would rather actually like themselves. They're all special operations Marine Corp guys. And that's a mistake, but it really works out good. No worries. So last month I got the opportunity to teach for a nonprofit up in the northern Colorado wilderness called the Raider Project. And the Raider Project works with transitioning Special Operations Marines or MARSOC Marines. They call them Marine Raiders now. Lots of different names for them. And, it's not a natural transition for a hitman to be coming back into the world and integrate and, with a whole different set of rules and different things going on. So let's see if we have another one that works. No, that one doesn't work either. That's us meditating. But so I spent the week working with these guys about, bringing yoga and meditation into their lives and trying to have them make a shift. They're all in their 20s and 30s, and they have different medical conditions from, chronic pain. They don't sleep. There's amputations. There's anxiety. So across the gamut. And the VA is doing like exactly what every other healthcare organization would do, and they give them fistfuls of medication, and it's working in the short term, but I set my intention for that week to give them a different opportunity to see what's possible. So these guys, let's see if we have another one. Yeah, these guys, they practiced with me, they meditated with me, and they all got something out of it. It wasn't an immediate buy-in, but they really got something out of the practice. Since they've sent me emails, they want audio recordings, they want videos so they can practice back at home. So the special operations community has always led the way on, that's me threading the line. The special operations community has always led the way for the rest of the service, and they really need to continue to lead the way here. Like if they can start to show real progress, getting off the meds, taking in an alternative form, being yoga and meditation, like the rest of the service will jump on board and do their thing. So I'm committed to this community until there is no longer a need. Thank you.
Thank you.